Maryland looked like a good win until they got smoked by Purdue today. Now Purdue looks like a little bit of a better win.
Well, I'll tell you this. With the next 3 games for Penn State, right?
Yes.
This game, they're going to play Michigan at home next week in prime time, and then on the road at Michigan State. I think Michigan State's a better football team than what they're putting on tape today, especially defensively. But we'll know a lot more about Penn State after this 3-game stretch.
Michigan really struggled at Illinois today.
And obviously the huge game at Ohio State.
They got a lot of work to do to make that game meaningful.
Pumich on the ball carrier there.
That defensive front you can put up there, you know, some of the top tier talent in terms of the entire country.
Yeah. That's Leonard Warner, the junior linebacker.
Personal foul. Offense number 14, unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty. First down.
You saw Marvin Wilson, the defensive tackle, come and help Warner off the field. Marvin Wilson's, I think he's a piece that hopefully for Willie Taggart hangs around here, doesn't decide to go to the NFL, but you could build on next season. He's a leader, a captain, and a great football player, but if I had to bet, I would say he's probably going to take his talents to the NFL.
Marvin Wilson's a guy, his first experience, his first visit to Florida State was a Clemson game. And the Seminoles lost that game 37-34, but Wilson said the atmosphere at Doak Walker that game was a top 5 moment for him. He didn't even play, he wasn't even on the team, but that's where he first fell in love with Florida State football. Thoughts on some prospects for him, Todd?
He's their best interior pass rusher. And you look in the NFL right now, and it's really, you would rather have an interior pass rusher that can get home and disrupt the quarterback than an edge guy. And so I agree with Brian. I think he's going to wind up leaving after this year. I'm not saying he's a first-round talent, but he's not going to last till the 3rd day. So we're talking about first or second, maybe 3rd round at the worst. But again, if he continues to improve as an interior pass rusher, that's where you make the money.
Here's where I'm going to channel my Mel Kiper. Doesn't he have him 14th on his big board, Todd?
You know, Mel gets ahead of himself sometimes.
I wonder if Todd knows every player that Mel has, where he has them. That'd be hard to do.
Not until close to the draft when they make me look at his mock draft.
Hey, so let's look at Marvin Wilson. What jumps out to you guys of the 300-pounder?
3'11", 6'5".
What's odd about that picture right there?
Why is he wearing 21?
The uniform number 21.
For Dion.
Yeah, well, that would make sense, but except he's a defensive tackle. So we asked him about it, and I figured, you know, the equipment manager gave it to me, and I said, so why 21? And all he said was savage.
He says, I'm a savage.
And the 3 of us look at each other, and Molly's shaking her head. Molly's the only one.
1.5 of us got it.
21 Savage, of course, people. A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
I had no idea. Maybe Molly can sing us the break to
rescue us. Got to be careful with those lyrics, Molly, other than the word a lot.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. I know that reference was a little bit over your head. I'm closer in age to some of these guys. We had a little fun with it. We'll bring you back here. The old timers still calling the game.
Oh, little jab.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Ready?
Okay. Ready, sweetie?
Nice. You ready to go again?
Are you ready, Dad?
I'm ready.
Imagine if your life insurance could help you live for today and safeguard tomorrow, so you're ready for anything. Life insurance designed to protect generations of families. That's the power of Pacific. Ask a financial professional about Pacific Life.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over, so we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
The people have spoken, and they agree. Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. So all hail the Queen of Spice.
All hail the queen.
Because we're bringing the heat with our spicy nuggets. Get them while they're hot.
Come on.
And for those who can't get enough spice, try our original spicy chicken sandwich. It's so good, it speaks for itself.
All hail the queen.
Well said. Download the Wendy's app now to get a free spicy chicken sandwich.
Uh-oh.
What?
I think I forgot to lock my Buick. Got it.
I bet you lunch you can't make it in there.
I'm thinking sushi.
Alexa, ask Buick to start my SUV.
You can do that?
You can do that? You can do that?
Yeah, with the Buick.
What?
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Or current eligible non-GM owners get 14 to 20% below MSRP on most of these Buick models.
College football on ABC is brought to you by Pacific Life, 150 years strong. Protection and retirement solutions for your future. And Coca-Cola. Share a Coke this football season with your friends, family, and fans.
Let's take a look at today's Player Spotlight, brought to you by Wrangler.
A lot of questions about Trevor Lawrence coming into this game. Certainly there weren't any questions coming into this season. Everybody thought he was the Heisman front runner. It hasn't gone as smoothly as he wanted, but he came out today. He was efficient, right? We heard that word efficient from Dabo, from Tony Elliott and the offensive staff. They wanted him to be efficient. They wanted the offense to be more efficient, and they were right from the jump, going up 35-0 in the first half.
And Florida State's back to James Blackman at quarterback. Hands off to Cam Akers. Alex Hornibrook had played the last 4 possessions. And Akers the ball carrier there. They're going back and forth. I keep waiting for Jordan Travis to check in the game. He'd be the 3rd string quarterback for Florida State.
I think it's these are the little things, but watching Trevor Lawrence in the second half, he hasn't played a whole lot, but he's been on the sideline talking to players. He's talking to coaches. He's got his head in the game, trying to learn. He's still a young player. He's still getting better as a quarterback, which is scary to think. But he's been engaged. And you know what? He's had to, we talked about this at the open, he's had to take more leadership, right? When you lose guys like Cleveland Farrell and Christian Wilkins, and you don't have players to assume that leadership role on defense,
on offense too.
They look at the quarterback. And when you're the best player on the best team in the country, you're going to have that on your shoulders. And Trevor Lawrence may not be as vocal as those other guys, but he has to assume that leadership.
Here's Blackman. Throwing on the run. And just too far for Terry. Todd, I remember during the draft process last year, we were having some fun. It was a hypothetical that if Lawrence was available, he would have been the #1 overall pick in the draft a year ago.
I think it's very likely. Now, the only wild card there is that Cliff Kingsbury, came in with a system and had his guy. So, but I think if you polled all 32 teams, I think the vast majority would have said that Lawrence was the #1 player in the class. Coming off of that Alabama game, the way he played, that was special. And I still think he would be the first overall pick ahead of Tua. Everything's about tanking for Tua, the Dolphins, the Redskins, etc. I think he still would be, despite some of the weaknesses that we've seen in his game. And I think next year, when he is eligible, he'll wind up being the first overall pick.
That Florida State drive was 6 plays. That was the longest drive they've had all day. 4th quarter continues.
Samsung is bringing 4K to ESPN College Football for the first time ever. We could have brought incredible 4K detail to billiards, the bowling championships, or even the spelling bee.
See?
But we're bringing 4K to the greatest game on earth, the Super Big QLED 4K TV, made for football. Watch the 4K game of the week on the Samsung QLED.
Being detected was not an option. If I was recognized, the whole operation was blown. The element of surprise was imperative.
Wow. He won't even recognize you.
Seriously. I don't even recognize myself. And thanks to my Cash Rewards credit card from Navy Federal with never expiring rewards, it's gonna be a killer honeymoon.
Woo! Maui!
Boom.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Everybody, it's back!
Phone holsters.
No, the sensation is back at Zaxby's.
You heard right. The Zensation Salad is back. And introducing the new Zensation Filet Sandwich Meal, both served with an egg roll. For a limited time, only at Zaxby's.
From sunrise to sunset, the new Honda Talon 1000s offer performance and fun for up to 4 passengers. More proof than ever that life is better side by side.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate. I can't go anywhere. But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
I found a place in my heart. I found a light in the dark. I found my heaven.
The Range Rover Evoque.
One of the fall's best new shows, Stumptown, Wednesday on ABC.
Yep. And Molly.
Down the road here in Clemson, one of the best barbecue joints in the country, the Smoking Pig. I know every visit we make to Clemson, we find some opportunity to either stop at the Pig or have the Pig stop by us. On Clemson home games, the Smoking Pig sells over 1,500 pounds of meat.
We eat a third of it.
They're only open 3 days a week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I tell you, I used to be a pulled pork guy, which I still love pulled pork.
Right.
But, McShay, I think last year, McShay and I had the chopped brisket sandwich.
Right,
oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
And we all agree.
We drive by it on the way back tonight, too, by the way.
And yet we're all amazed how good the coleslaw is, right?
Well, the coleslaw is impressive because, there's a lot of attention to detail there. It's much like Dabo. They don't put the sauce on until the day of.
Right.
So it stays crunchy. It's really fine chop, but stays crunchy. That's a key, Levy.
I know keys.
It gets mushash if you put it in like 3 days before and let it sit around.
That's right.
It gets what?
Mushash.
Pass interference. Defense
sorry.
number 29. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Mushy.
Oh, thank
Translation.
you. Translation. I don't have to Google it. But I find after my 3 days visiting Clemson, I crave a piece of salmon. Anybody else? Can we mix a little fish in with our diet?
Well, McShay and I had fish last night. You could have had fish, but you
In a
didn't.
steakhouse, I have steak. I'm traditionalist that way. Tyson Pumachan is at quarterback for Clemson. True freshman, Bridgeport, Connecticut. And Pumachan's on the run there. He'll be short of the first down for Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is not too far from the ESPN's worldwide headquarters in Bristol.
I was watching him throw the ball down there on the field before the game, and he's got some zip on the ball. Obviously, we can see his running ability and his size. He's 6'3", 220 pounds, but I was really impressed with him throwing the football.
I'm trying to get Ben and Tom to count up how many players Clemson has used today. See if they approach the 111 they used at Charlotte.
I don't even know how that is feasible.
They average 81 players per game. First of all, they're blowing some people out.
Got it. I didn't know you had 111 on the team.
Can't do it on the road. Can't travel so many. Producer Billy Palladino says they played 75 so far today. Frank Ladson on the receiving end there. I believe that's Frank's first catch. True freshman from Miami. Clemson does attract them from all over. We mentioned California, too. Quite a run that Dabo Swinney and these Clemson Tigers are on.
I think maybe as you look at their schedule going forward, maybe the most difficult game on their schedule, believe it or not, is a date with Wake Forest here in Death Valley.